Welcome to DeTalks with Allison.
Oh shit, we're recording.
You are the best podcast naming person.
This is the show where we sit down with comedians and other funny people, make them take their vitamins, and ask them about their life or whatever else we get into.
Let's hope Charlie got it right this time. Hey guys, welcome to DeTalks with Allison. We got Heather Shaw.
That's so legit. Oh my God. That's so legit.
Yeah,
so
Eric,
fancy.
Dude, Eric Miller crushed it with that
Oh my
intro.
God.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Everyone laughs at the Charlie part too.
Yeah.
I'm glad we put that in.
Yeah, good old Charlie.
I think it's turning into a thing where like everyone whose podcast he produces, like anyone who listens to those shows is just like fuck Charlie now.
Yeah.
He's the nicest person.
I know, he's a sweet boy. He's always smiling.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Right? He's hiding something.
Yeah, there's
for
something
sure.
going on.
I shouldn't say
Drama.
much. I'm always smiling too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy too.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. A comedian came up to me last night and was like, every time I see you, you're in a good mood. And I was like, okay. And he's like, do you ever get mad or sad? And I'm like, no, I mean, yes,
Yeah.
naturally, but like, I'm in public, bro. I'm not,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
you know?
You're not gonna see me just crying over here before
No.
I go up.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
it make you?
I know. People say similar stuff to me, like, "How do you stay so happy?" And it's like, you
Yeah,
just
like-
don't see me when I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, right. I'm not gonna. Who's in public just like being sad?
I feel like the whole mental health thing a few years ago, when everyone was like, "Talk about it," kind of like shifted it because it was
Yeah.
brave a few years ago to be like, "I'm depressed."
I cut myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like, okay, are you really?
Now we're like, shut up.
Yeah, please. We
home.
all are. Calm down.
Yeah, yeah. It's like go home. Do that in the privacy of your own home.
Talk to your boyfriend about it. If
Yeah,
you don't have that,
seriously.
talk to your dog.
Yeah,
Just whatever.
Leave me alone. Right, Charlie? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, talk.
He's got a Charlie mic.
All right.
He usually says one word on the Charlie mic.
Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't talk last one, so you already
You
got
gotta
more
make
out
up.
of me.
Yeah, there you go. I'll get you. This is really good, by the way.
Thank you.
delicious. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
called
what's in it.
Boost. Yeah,
Boost?
it's called Boost.
It's like a powder thing that you put with water.
yeah. I just
Gotcha.
mixed it with sparkling water in there.
Mm.
It's real tasty. That's the
Super good.
berry flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Reminds me of like liquid IV.
Yeah, well, most of the comedians that come in here think I'm lying that there's vitamins in it because it tastes good.
What are they, but are they what dumb? They just think vitamins are inherently like
I
tastes
guess.
like dirt?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because most of them do. Let's be
do
honest.
they?
Like,
yeah, I don't know if I've ever had like a vitamin like eight-
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would hope that most of them are good now because
Yeah,
I don't
right.
think you could.
It's so easy now to like mask it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah,
if
this
you're
is
gonna
tasty.
gonna take your vitamins, make it fun. It's a little
Mhm.
cocktail. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Easier.
one's actually good for liver detox, so a lot of the comedians
thank God.
need it.
I need that. Oh my God.
I used
R.I.P.
to
my
do,
body.
dude. I used to do this thing called Shitface Shakespeare,
Oh God.
where we would do a Shakespeare play, but we would get one of the actors drunk for the show, like legit drunk. They would start drinking 4 hours before the show.
Oh God.
So fun, but it's like the worst hangover ever because
course.
not only are you dealing with the alcohol, but you're going on stage, so you're like adrenaline spikes.
Oh.
And then after you
fuck.
get off, it's just everything is like, bleh.
So have you done it in the drunk roll?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
I did it for 2 years straight.
Oh my God.
It was very fun. Not the drunk roll
Oh, I was
every
gonna say,
week. Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
Drink more. of
I
that.
know. Well, I was gonna say is after drunk shows especially, I would have one of those in the morning and I wouldn't be dead the next day.
Oh, okay.
It was very
Jesus.
useful. Yeah, it was fun, but it definitely takes a toll.
Could you even like perform?
That's kind of the thing is like
That's the fun of it.
yeah,
To see
like
somebody just like puke on themselves.
exactly, because it turns into like, well, luckily we didn't have anyone get sick on
Nice,
stage. We
good.
only had a couple backstage incidents, and it was usually because the person ate something bad
Ew.
and it
that
didn't mix
Genie?
well. Yeah, it didn't mix
Yeah.
well with the alcohol.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it was like we're trying to do the play, and we cut it down to an hour so we don't have to keep someone drunk for 3 hours,
I
right?
was gonna say.
But it's like I would play Juliet and Romeo and Juliet, for example.
Right.
And like if I were the drunk, it was more fun if I fucked it up.
Right,
So
right,
like
yeah.
the show almost never ended how it was
right.
supposed to.
That is fun. I think
Yeah.
those- do they still do that?
They have it's like in a couple different cities. So London and Boston are back,
Oh,
but
I wanna
because they're
see that.
because they're based in London and Boston, they're still really nervous about the Texas numbers for COVID.
True,
So they haven't
true, that's
brought it
fair.
back.
That's
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not doing well.
No. I was looking
Are
at
we?
the
No,
map.
we're not.
I was
No.
looking at the map. It's mostly all red and purple in Texas
All
as far as
right.
numbers.
It's a good color. Those are good colors.
We're winning, you
know
know?
what I mean?
We're not just red in the election.
killing it.
Is what we're
We don't have
learning.
abortion. Bring it on.
Fuck it. Yeah.
We are great. Not embarrassing at all.
This podcast is brought to you by MSW Nutrition. You know those frilly looking cocktails we're always drinking on the show? That is from them. That is their Boost product. And MSW Nutrition is a supplement line designed to help support your body in as many ways as possible, starting with the liver. Liver health is really important, and a lot of people don't know this, but by helping to repair liver health, you're supporting your body's biggest detox organ so that it can do its job taking care of the rest of you. I always like to talk about this as if it's like an air filter. You got your air filter for your AC unit. Once that gets dirty, yeah, it kind of still works, but you need to change it out every once in a while, or at least clean it. The liver is the same way. Once you start detoxifying the liver, it makes weight loss, hormone balance, all those health goals be a ton easier. So really, really cool that they start by targeting the liver. There's all sorts of supplements by MSW Nutrition. They've got some for mood, stress, energy, weight loss, gut health, immunity, and other things like anti-aging, all the stuff that you want. It's probably on there. Any product carrying the MSW Nutrition label will be produced in FDA certified labs, and it will contain the most bioavailable version of those nutrients possible. That's the other thing a lot of people don't think about with their supplements is there's several different forms of any different nutrient. And a lot of supplement companies cut corners by producing the cheapest one, which usually is absorbed by the body the least. So MSW Nutrition makes sure that they are using the one that your body will absorb the best. So make sure to check out their website at mswnutrition.com to see all the latest stacks to help you reach whatever your health goals are. And if you make sure to use the code DETALKS, that is DETALKS, at checkout, you can save 15% on anything you buy. That is code DETALKS, DETALKS. And yeah, you're going to love it. Also want to give a shout out to MSW Health Lounge in Westlake Hills, Texas. That is on the west side of Austin. They are the guys that let us use their How Do You Health studios for our podcast, and they hook us up quite literally with vitamin IVs anytime myself or a guest wants one. These guys follow the same principles as MSW Nutrition, as you can probably tell. They started the supplement line, and they're amazing. They know so much shit about nutrition and health in general. If you are looking for vitamin IVs of top quality, and quite honestly, the cheapest around, check out MSW Health Lounge in Westlake Hills, Texas, and let them know I sent you. DeTalks is produced and sponsored by Big Laugh Comedy. Big Laugh Comedy is changing the world one comedy experience at a time. Big Laugh Comedy is the first ever company that provides you with a complete comedy experience, from live shows throughout Texas in Austin, San Antonio, San Marcos, and Fort Worth, to comedy news and everything in between. If you're looking to laugh your ass off with some of the best comedians in the world, or you want to know what your favorite comedian is up to, you need to visit Big Laugh Comedy at blcomedy.com. Get exclusive content and first dibs on tickets by becoming a VIP for free. Go to blcomedy.com/VIP-list.
Woo! Thank you, Charlie. He was like, your hair's stuck on leaves. That's,
Hey, man.
You know what? That's the name of the game. I actually washed my hair today. I forgot how soft it was supposed to be.
Yeah, right? When you finally, after a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice when it's, not grease.
Right.
Mine's just grease half the
Dude,
time.
well, I did, because I wear it in a bun so often,
Oh,
too,
do you?
that,
Yeah.
I put it up in a bun to work out today, and
Yeah.
it kept falling out. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wow, I guess the dirt is what keeps it in the bun most of the time.
Hell
So
yeah.
gross.
I know. Mine's always greasy under a hat.
Yeah, hat's
Gotta
a good
clean
move.
those hats. No,
Yeah, yeah.
Dirty. It's gross.
It's it's doable. It's what you can do.
It's gay. I'm gay. It's fine.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay. Faggots. What about them? Can I say that word here?
You could say anything here. Yeah. So here we go. Well, I wanted to ask you about comedy for you.
Yeah.
Because you do talk about being gay on stage a lot, which
do.
is very funny the way you do it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not gonna give away any jokes, but just the way you start your set just makes me laugh so hard.
Hell yeah.
Because you kind of got a lot of TikTok followers off of the whole Jim
Yeah.
Carrey thing.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. That was fun
How did
for
you?
a second.
Okay, this might sound like a dumb question, but how did you even figure out the whole Jim Carrey lookalike thing? Were people just telling it to you?
Yeah, when I was 8,
Really?
I could just automatically do Ace Ventura
Oh.
without even I wasn't trying to impersonate. I would just do it.
Yeah.
And then I just have his mouth. So it's not like I have
It's
to.
the jaw.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
I never had to sit in front of a mirror and be I never
Right.
tried to. It was just it's just there.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I always had the face.
Yeah.
So
when did you start actually leaning into that and making videos and making fun of it a little bit?
TikTok.
when TikTok
Yeah,
came
because
around.
I didn't want it to be part of my comedy because then I didn't want to be like that, like hacky. Like I don't really like impressionists on stage.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, great,
yeah.
you did it.
Yeah.
But, like I get it. It's impressive for a second,
Right.
and then it's kind of hacky. And I never knew how to incorporate that into my comedy. So I
Yeah.
was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna.
Well, you don't really, and that's
No.
That's
I
kind of
say
like
it up top, and then it's it.
yeah, that's kind of what I think is fun though. Is like
Yeah.
TikTok is a really good platform for something that specific.
Right.
But then you don't need to actually relate your stand up to it at all.
No, because then it's like then I'm just banking off of somebody's face to be funny.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it's also someone who's also a comedian.
right. That
Yeah.
too, like the best, the best comedic actor in like
Right.
fucking decades.
Right.
But yeah, TikTok. I was just like, I'm just gonna try to convince him that I'm his daughter, and it worked real quick.
Have you gotten
And
to
then I was
talk
like,
to him
just
yet?
kidding. No, I haven't. He's not reached out. I don't blame him. I mean, if somebody came to you and was like, I have your face, you'd be like, cool.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I had someone tell me one time that I should move to Los Angeles so I would never be an original again, and I was like, I think you just convinced me not to move.
What?
to
Wait, are they saying
LA.
everyone in LA looks like you?
No, they were saying like there's always someone else like you in Los Angeles.
Oh, really?
'Cause,
There's,
like,
clones
everyone
everywhere?
moves
Fuck
there.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You think there's another frail lesbian out there?
probably. I think there's hope. Or you can kill her.
Yeah. Charlie, want to team up? Take down this gay? Gay hunting?
Only if all expenses are paid.
All
but,
right. Well, you're out, Charlie.
We'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah. Help us kill a gay. That'll go well.
that
That'll
would
be canceled real quick.
yeah.
It's fine.
Oh God. So you started stand up before the whole TikTok thing happened.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
how long have you?
I think 7 years. I'm really bad. Do you know comedians that will like post on Facebook or wherever and be like, "It's my 3-year comedy anniversary."
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
like, shut the fuck up. No one. Let your accomplishments speak for yourself.
Right.
No one cares.
I
But
like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
what-
like to remember mine just because it was
Do you
like.
remember the date?
I remember the date, but it's only because it coincided with like
9/11?
yeah, that's what it was. It coincided with me coming back from like a trip that made me be like, okay, I have to try this.
Oh,
So like
it was a memorable date.
I literally just went back in my calendar to see when I got back into town.
Yeah.
So like when it was coming up around what I thought was a year, I was like, wait a second, and I had to look it up.
Yeah. Did you do a whole post?
I did a post my first year.
All right,
Fuck
first year
yeah,
post.
you know,
I
I'm
think I
that
did too the
person.
first
Yeah,
year.
fuck it, right?
And then you learn that, oh, I'm an asshole.
So
I don't-
1 year isn't that great.
I know 1 year it's like, oh, what a year of open mics and bombing and getting molested by men. What a journey. I don't know. I want to say 6 or 7 years, and I don't count COVID year.
Yeah,
2020,
that's
I
fair.
don't count that one.
Yeah.
I did like 2 shows that year,
Yeah,
last year.
I know. I was thinking about
I don't
that.
count it.
And like I didn't get to. I mean, we got lucky in Texas, and you were in Florida when COVID hit, so
Yeah.
you kind of maybe
It's the
had
same state, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just Florida with cowboy boots.
yeah, it's true. You might have had opportunities to get on stage before most other people.
True. Was
but
Texas lockdown?
Texas wasn't. People were out doing stuff, but like actual shows, I don't think came back until around October 2020, which is still early
Jesus.
compared to a lot of
Florida,
places.
April 2020, we were like, all right, COVID's done. And then mics were happening. Literally, April 2020.
Wow.
No lie.
There might have been some things happening earlier than that, but I don't think I really even saw anything earlier than like September.
Yeah. And that's pretty
2020.
early because like people in Massachusetts would be like, what the fuck?
People in Massachusetts today are like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Packed out rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember I went to like one open mic and nobody was there. It was just
Yeah.
comics, just sad comics that were
Yeah.
just desperate for attention.
Right.
And me. And nobody was there. So it wasn't like these are packed rooms.
Right.
But they were still,
I mean, you still got to try doing stuff.
yeah, you still got to
Yeah.
share a mic with gross men
Yeah.
spitting into it. Great for COVID.
Right. Yeah. It's actually good for the immunity. If you didn't catch it,
That's true.
maybe you got the antibodies.
That's true.
Who knows?
That's what it is, comedy. Yeah, but it was, now it's like free for all. When
It
I left, I
is.
mean, they were doing full blown shows. I mean, but that was
Yeah.
a
When
couple
did
months
you?
ago.
Yeah.
June, end of June?
June. Okay, June 2021 is when you
Yeah,
came here.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I heard about you was I think Jason Rouse had like booked you on his Canadian
Oh
show
yeah, the
or
Vulcan
something.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was funny because he thought like, I guess he thought I like already knew of you or something because all he said was like, "Oh yeah, we booked that chick that looks like Jim Carrey," and I was like, "There's a chick that looks like Jim Carrey," and then literally like I watched your set and I was like, wow, this girl's so funny. And then it took me like a week after that to realize that's who he was talking
Yeah.
about, because you don't really address it in your stand up. And so I was like, oh, who? I was like, who? He mentioned there was a chick. And then
Yeah.
I had to look through the lineup and be like, is that?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. My first set at Vulcan, Redman came up to me afterward. He's like, you have to address the Jim Carrey thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And I just tried it out and I do it real quick up front.
Right.
And it works. It actually
Yeah.
works. It gets the
Yeah.
crowd like immediately interested and then I just drop it and I don't have to deal with it anymore.
Yeah. It's
So
one
it's
of
kind of
those-
good advice.
It is, because it's one of those things where, like, I've seen it a lot. Like, no matter how likable a person is up top on stage,
Mhm.
if they do a little bit of something to acknowledge their appearance and or self-deprecate, it just makes the audience like you more.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Which is why I say comedy audiences are the meanest audiences.
Yeah, for real. To like shit on yourself and we'll like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But
Any-
it does work.
Anything else you do on stage, they're like supportive up front because
I
like, you're in
know.
front of people, go for
Right.
it, you know.
Not
And then
comedy.
comedy, they're just like, fuck you, tell us you hate yourself.
Yeah, it's like music open mics. People always clap at the end of the song.
Even if it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if it's an awful song, people are just like, all right, this is a nice thing to do.
Right.
Comedy's just like instant.
Oh my gosh.
Instantly know if you suck.
I was visiting my family in upstate New York last week, and
Oh,
my
yeah, upstate.
it's so pretty,
it?
especially
Yeah,
in the
right now,
summer.
right?
Yeah,
Where at again?
they're near Saratoga.
That's
so,
right, yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh yeah, and my grandma's like typical grandma. She like doesn't know how the internet works.
Mhm.
Like, so she literally the first day I got there, she like handed me the paper and she was like, "I've circled some local events for you if you want to go do your comedy." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And I looked, and the events she circled were all music open mics.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you," but like I shouldn't do that. And my boyfriend was like, "Well, you could show up to a music open mic and do comedy, right?" And I said, "Yes, actually." And that's how I know musicians are nicer.
Right?
Because if a musician showed up to a comedy open
Hell
mic,
no.
they would get killed.
Yeah, we're like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. No way. But yeah, musicians are just like, whatever.
Yeah. They're just like, "Oh, that's cool. Go do
Yeah,
your
I always
art."
felt like an asshole going to, even if it was listed as all arts open mics, I always just hated it. I don't know.
I've never tried one that's like everything.
Yeah, it's mostly just like music and then
Yeah.
some poetry, which is god awful. You
Uh,
ever like have to follow a poet at a mic? Oh, it's like they're talking about getting molested by their uncle, and then you're getting up there like
Oh.
Tinder's crazy. It's really hard.
yeah.
Yeah, there was an all poetry mic that allowed comedians in Orlando, and comedians would go to it. They had to stop doing it for comedians because they would just flock.
Yeah.
And it was for poets. They're just trying
Yeah.
to be deep and gay, and you know.
Insightful.
And the
Yeah.
comedians were coming up there talking about their balls and shit.
See, I know. I feel like comedians could have taken more advantage and just written some funny poetry.
Right.
You know,
Probably made it
something
more
that, like-
that the audience would get into.
Right.
That's not a bad idea.
That would be a fun experiment.
Right?
I just also know comedians mostly don't like to write, so anything that's
Right,
not going to add
for
to their
real.
stand-up set, it's
Right.
like,
Like, fuck that.
why would I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
I had someone tell me they didn't want to do a roast battle with me one time because they were like, "I don't like to write roasts. It's spending too much time on material I'm only going to use once."
Okay.
I
sure.
was like,
Yeah.
roasts
good
are my
exercise.
favorite.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
I get to roast, Chris Reese.
Oh my God, yes, I was going to ask you about
Oh my
that. I
God, have
just saw the
such-
lineup
When does this come
today.
out?
This will come out this week. So your show's going to be on the 12th, right? September
Yeah.
12th. Yeah, so it'll be out on Tuesday before that. So,
Oh my God, I have such good lines for this guy.
oh shit. You
Oh my
can't tell me
God,
the
I
lines then. Dang it.
know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're so good. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. I'll tell you one off.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, that being
Um,
said, though, see her roast battle, Christopher Reese. That's
Ooh.
going to be a
I heard
funny
he's a
matchup.
good joke writer.
He's
Or a good writer.
he is. I've watched his stand up. He's also just really good with crowd work.
Yeah.
Like
he's
I'm
quick, right?
very impressed with his crowd work.
Yeah, it'll be a good matchup. I
Yeah.
think.
I did probably the worst show I've ever done with him.
Yeah.
Like we had to go to some small town in Texas and it was like him and me and two other guys and he was the only one that got the audience's attention at all.
Really?
The rest of the time they were heckling all of us. Like they would
Jesus.
we would say a setup and they would yell some shit to try and finish the joke for us.
God.
And so then if we said the punchline they'd be like, it's not funny, you know. Okay.
No, but he handled it.
Oh yeah, he literally just picked I mean, it was a small crowd. It was
Yeah.
in like a small dive bar somewhere. And he
Right.
just like picked each person out of the crowd and basically like roasted them on the spot. It was so
God.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good matchup.
Ooh, yeah, and I don't know who else is on it. I think maybe Hans.
Hans Kim, yeah, that'll be at Vulcan on Sunday the 12th.
Yeah, they
September
changed it.
12th.
They changed the venue.
Oh, not Vulcan. It's ATX the Jungle.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
know
I
what that
don't
is.
know. I'd never heard of it, but I saw Brandon was scouting the place a couple days ago,
Oh,
and
okay.
it looks really cool.
Yeah, Adam Lucky said it's like almost the same size. I mean, maybe smaller.
As Vulcan or
Yeah,
as-
or you said it's a good venue like Vulcan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vulcan's pretty big.
Vulcan is big. I feel like it was maybe closer to like Native Hostel.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
the vibe seemed similar.
Okay.
Like,
got
because
it.
at first when I saw the videos, I thought it was Native, and then I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, yeah,
Yeah. Everyone in Native Hostel looks like they're auditioning for the Hills. Like they all have like these hats and the things. Like they're very. It's modern, but also
Right.
like 2006 called.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they could be in both eras. And I told Bianca
That's
that. 'cause She
true.
loves that place.
Yeah. That's
they're so trendy. I'm just like, ugh, you guys
That's-
are too cool for me.
that's East Austin for you, though.
Is that East?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the vibe.
Yeah, because it's like
Okay,
that's like definitely the newly gentrified area.
great style.
It's beautiful.
Could never do it.
Right.
Don't know what I'm doing. Look at me.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just like and they're all really nice people, but it's
Yeah.
also like you guys take yourselves seriously.
Right.
Way too serious.
Yeah.
But they're nice people, so it's like whatever. They're not douches.
It's not to like shit on any audiences either, but it's very funny that Vulcan and Native are probably like 5 blocks away from each other, and they're just separated by I-35.
Right.
And Native is such a different crowd than
Mhm.
Vulcan. Like Vulcan is there to tear throats. They want
Yeah.
you to go in, and
Yeah.
then Native will. You're right. They take themselves seriously. If
Yeah.
you like ask them if they have tech jobs, they'll be like, "Oh, I
Mhm.
signed an NDA. I can't talk
Yeah.
about that." And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, come on.
I
you
know. I know. Yeah.
know.
But both great rooms. Because I mean, so Bianca has a smaller room now. You know the
Mm.
hidden room at Native? It's really cool.
Oh, I haven't been to that one yet.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
But I mean, it's all of those people in a small area.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
please don't bully me.
yeah, please,
know?
please laugh.
Yeah.
These are jokes.
Yeah. There's a really pretty man that shows up every week in like tall heels. Like he is fierce.
Oh yeah.
He's gorgeous. And I think his name's, he's got a weird straight guy name though. I think his
Oh.
name's like Hank or something. Or Hal. And I'm like, can we
Okay.
change that?
Yeah. It's like you
Like,
look too stylish
yeah,
to have a single
yeah.
syllable.
Forget what it is. It's not Hank, but it's something like that. And I'm just
Something
like, you
similar.
gotta change it up.
That's funny.
Yeah, but he's great.
That's cool that he's a regular.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, H dude.
Hey, H dude. Rocking the heels better than I could.
Honestly.
Tall
yeah.
ass heels.
Dude, men that wear platforms or heels or whatever, shouts out to them.
For real.
Like I
I
couldn't
don't get it. Do you wear heels ever?
Sometimes I don't
Ugh.
know. I've gotten a lot more chill with what I wear on stage. Like I'll wear this on stage now.
Right.
Like, you know, I love the sneakers.
Yeah.
It makes me walk around a lot more, you know.
Yeah.
I never wore like stilettos on stage. I was never that
Right.
extra. It was always I just have these boots that have some heels on them.
Oh,
so they're
okay.
still stable,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they still make me look taller and
Yeah.
all that stuff. But yeah, lately I've just been like, nah.
Yeah, go chill. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm too chill.
See, I like your style. You always clown on your style, but I
It's
like
not
how
great.
you dress.
It's not great.
well, I guess I have bad taste too
no,
then.
no. But thank you though. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like any girl I date, I'm just like, can you just find things at ASOS for me?
Can you please pick it out?
Please?
Yeah.
And that's all it is. Just
Yeah.
girls picking out clothes for me because I can't shop.
That's a good system.
I know.
I guess that's like the qualifier for who you date then. It's like, do
Yeah.
you have good fashion? Because I can't.
because like both of us are bad.
yeah, we won't be let in anywhere.
No.
They
No,
want to see
I
the
don't think we're homeless.
well-dressed lesbians come
Yeah,
into the
right? Oh,
restaurant.
jeez. One of us will be. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what made you want to move to Austin? Because we kind of talked about this a little before.
Yeah,
but-
it was so I just wanted to leave Florida, right?
Mm.
I was so sick of Florida.
So
And
you're from Florida?
Yeah, well, I've just been there forever. I'm upstate New York, but like I've been
Okay.
in Orlando forever.
Yeah.
And the comedy scene's good, but there's definitely a ceiling to what you can do there, right?
Yeah.
So like you're just doing the same shows. There's no advancement.
Right.
And so I visited Simon out here, a comic, and
Simon Nash?
yeah, Simon Nash. I visited him, I think, in like April. And I was like, holy shit. Like just going around to different mics and like going to the creek and seeing like,
Yeah.
Jessica Kirsten was going to be there the following weekend. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I just felt like this is a different kind
Yeah.
of scene.
Yeah.
Not just like a bigger scene in Orlando, but like something's happening here,
Yeah.
you know? And you don't have to pay like a shit ton to live in a shoebox like in LA.
That's
Like
fair.
it's not that bad here
Right.
compared to LA, New York.
I know. I had someone from New York reaching out to me, and I didn't know she was from New York at first. So she was asking me about, like, she named like the 2 highest priced neighborhoods in town to live in.
Like
And
East,
she-
what's that, like downtown
It was
and
like,
East? Or?
yeah, Cherrywood and Mueller. They're both east, but they're like definitely higher dollar to live in. They're
Yeah.
they're cool areas and they're safer and stuff. And I was like, I don't know where you're coming from, but like, you might want to check out these areas instead if you want something more affordable. Because that's what she said. She's like, what's affordable?
Right.
And then she's like, oh, well, I'm coming from New York. I'm paying $1,600 a month for a 1 bedroom. And I was like, okay, you're gonna be
Nah.
fine
Yeah,
here.
dude, no.
It's
no.
not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. Probably will, though.
Eventually, maybe.
The
I
rent.
don't know. You have the same sentiment as a lot of other people that have moved here, though, is like, it's just there's been a flock of people coming to Austin, and that's
Yeah.
why it's so special right now. Because
Right?
I try to explain this to people. We were a single comedy club town before COVID.
Cap?
Yeah, Cap City. And we had Velveeta Room, which was kind of like the,
Yeah, I like
the
that.
underground
It's cute,
club.
yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
That's
Cap
not like
could,
a club room.
Yeah, Cap could afford to bring in the bigger headliners.
Right.
Velv didn't have that kind of budget.
Yeah.
So like kind of too, but really Cap City.
Yeah.
And now we have almost 5 once Cap reopens, and we'll have 6 when Rogan opens his, and it's just
What?
insane, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's so true, dude.
yeah.
Did you did most of the comics know each other? Because, I mean,
Yeah,
before?
the Austin comics knew each other, and most of them are still here. A couple of them have left because they don't really like how the scene's changing, or they just decided they didn't want to do comedy anymore. So they're like, "Why am I here?"
yeah.
But for the most part, the Austin comics are still here. A lot of them are like a little resistant to how things are changing. I
Yeah,
think you've talked to
spoken to
several of
some,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. So right now it's like I feel like I know most of the people here, but that's because I knew the Austin people before. I'll still hang
Right.
with them sometimes, and now I've met all the new people.
Right.
So
And you're cool with meeting the newer crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem cool with like everybody.
Well, we talked about this little Vulcan. It's like, to me, I fucking struck the jackpot. Like, I love Austin. I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
My goal in comedy when I because I started 3 years ago, so
Right.
I'm still pretty new. And my goal was like, I just want to get good for the local scene, and then once I'm good for the local scene, I'll decide if I need to move. If I'm
Right.
like, gonna
Right.
try and hit it big or whatever.
Right.
And so I was starting to have that conversation in my head with my boyfriend, whatever, like, hey, I might want to move to Los Angeles eventually if I want to chase this. And then Los Angeles came here. And I was
For
like,
real, bro.
okay.
That's amazing.
You know? So
Yeah, I mean, LA is stupid expensive.
I know. And it's pretty
and
to
burning.
visit.
It's on fire.
Yeah,
every
it's always
fucking
on
day.
fire.
Yeah, it's on fire. It's like bad. Like my friend the other day texted me. She's like, "Yeah, so the air quality is not good today." And I'm like, "Can you even breathe out there? Like, are
They
you just
can't. They're wearing
Ugh.
masks not just for the COVID, but for
yeah?"
the
And they're like,
the
"Yeah, but we have palm
smog.
trees." I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking cares, God.
They're like, it's 86 degrees even though it's on fire.
I know, like you can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hollywood's like seems like a dying industry kind of too. Like everything's just
Yeah.
so digital and like
Yeah.
movies. Who's doing
Well,
that?
and also like a lot of the bigger, I mean, yes, there's definitely still the big movie production studios out in LA, but like Netflix and Hulu are both buying offices here in Austin.
Yep.
You know?
Austin, Atlanta. Those are like two
Yeah,
main.
because they realize they don't have to pay the stupid California taxes
no.
either if they move, you
Yeah,
know?
fuck that,
So
yeah.
it's like,
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate LA, but I just don't understand why anybody lives there now. I don't get
Yeah.
it unless you're like
Especially
from
now.
there or like
yeah.
yeah. I just especially now.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you said. If you're from there, it makes sense. But every time I've visited, I've loved visiting. I always have a ton of fun.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm just like, I would hate living here.
Yes. I'm like, okay, can I go home now?
Yeah,
I'm
it's like there's so much in it, and it's
Mhm.
so spread out,
Mhm.
and everyone is there to chase their dreams. It just feels a lot less authentic.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, a lot of people came here to chase their dreams too, but like they're
Yeah,
kind of
but-
assimilating the Austin culture.
Right.
You
They don't seem
know?
like a lot of social climbing isn't really happening. And maybe it
Yeah.
is, and I'm not seeing it, but it doesn't seem as like vapid and
Yeah,
fake. and- I don't know.
yeah, and I think there is a something to be said that everyone's still trying to figure everyone else out.
Mhm.
But I really think we can actually maintain a lot of the goodwill that's been created here
Yeah.
so far. There's no reason to draw lines like Hollywood kind of forces you to
Right.
do.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised at how not clicky
Mm.
overall the scene was because I was
Yeah.
expecting like kind of have to get in there and like
Schmooze.
different cliques, but it seems like everybody's just kind of cool.
Yeah,
Other than like the whole like stupid whatever
The
old
split
Leslie
scene,
News,
old-
whatever.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
silly, but yeah, just if you're at a mic,
Yeah.
it's not like there's these people over here.
Right.
It's kind of cool. I like
yeah,
that.
I like it a lot. And yeah, just because someone hangs out at a certain club more doesn't mean they hate the people at the other club.
Right.
Too. It's not like this competition between clubs yet.
No. Yeah.
Which I appreciate because Cap City definitely kind of created a system of like forced competition. Like the
Mm.
reason we only had Cap City before COVID is because they literally had people like agree to not perform anywhere else if they
What?
wanted to continue performing at Cap, not like features and hosts and stuff,
Like
but like
headliners.
headliners. And so it kind of just made it hard for other comedy clubs to come in and compete and grow the scene. But once Cap went away,
Interesting.
it was like, and they'll come back and they'll have to deal with the fact that there's 4 other
Too
clubs
late.
now,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
it's like, yeah.
So it's like once they went away for a little bit, the other club owners were pretty good about at least being acquainted with each other and
Right.
not like shit talking. And like I've only seen goodwill. I mean, you go to Creek and like the Sunset Strip people, the Vulcan
Yeah,
people,
they're all
Roma
chill.
Room, they're all like the owners are all hanging out
Yeah,
at
yep.
Creek, you know,
Mhm.
which is very special.
Do we think Romo's going to survive if Cap opens right up its ass? I've heard this. Aren't they like in the same area?
they are.
And Romo's
and
no.
I know. I don't know. I mean,
I've never been though, so I can't really say much.
I love the Roma Room guys. They book good acts. The room is fun. It is inside of Brass Tap, so that is like like Brass Tap is a bar, and so like, they'll convert the room. It's kind of similar to Sunset Strip. They'll convert the room into a comedy club
Okay.
setting with the bar on the side, but
Okay.
there's still plenty of room for seats and all that stuff. And it's a fun room. I've
Yeah.
gotten to host there a couple times. I've gotten to be on the lineup a couple times, and I really like it. I am hoping that they're able to figure out a way that differentiates them from Cap.
Are they in the same area? Isn't Cap opening?
Yeah, they're gonna basically be neighbors. Like I don't know because
Yeah.
Romo Room's in the south side of the domain, and I don't know because the domain's big enough that like if Cap decided to open up on the opposite end, it
Yeah.
might not be as big of an issue.
Right.
But if they're both like right in that new part of the domain, that's
You're
really
gonna
gonna
probably
suck.
pick Cap over because Cap's probably gonna be able to book.
It's more established
Has
for
that history.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But Romo's booking good acts.
they're
right?
booking good. I mean,
Decent?
they had Adam Ray. I got to host for Godfrey. Like they're bringing
shit.
in, yeah, they're bringing in big
Godfrey's
people.
great.
Dude. He's so funny and he's so nice.
I saw. So when he came to Orlando Improv, he did like 4 different shows
Yeah.
over 2 days, not the same hour once.
What?
He's a beast. I was like, what the
Dude.
fuck?
I mean, I honestly, that's shocking, but not shocking. Having seen, like, I started following him on Instagram too, and like,
Mhm.
just seeing how much he goes live and like can just talk shit and be
Mhm.
funny. No wonder he can just crank out that
Crazy.
much.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It's wild. But that's good
Yeah.
acts. So they're Romo's booking good stuff.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. So I
gotta check it
think
out.
I've never even really thought about it until you brought that up. But like, I think one way Romo Room could, like, if Cap continues to run how they used to,
Mhm.
they were a weekend only club pretty much. They had like
Mm.
they had one Tuesday show that they would do with Matt Bearden, who is like a local guy that like is on a radio show, and he's one funniest person in Austin, and he's just been around doing comedy for a long time.
Yeah.
So they would do his show on Tuesdays, but then the rest of the week it was kind of like Thursday through Saturday headliner
Gotcha.
shows. So Romo Room could potentially still like figure out how to be kind of more of the Creek of the Cave of the North, where they have local shows every single
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, that's true.
you
That's a
know?
good point.
Yeah.
They should just dive into that.
I need to just send Rob this episode and be like, "Here's how you survive."
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. That is a good idea, though. Because that's
Yeah.
how they'll keep it alive. You
Yeah.
know, with supporting local.
And I like those guys. I don't want them to
Yeah.
have any trouble, but it is something to consider for sure.
Yeah, I just heard that. You know,
Yeah. Damn.
good old Cap.
So in Orlando, what's the scene like there? You said there's the Orlando Improv. Is it just 1 or 2 clubs there? Like what is it like?
Yeah, there's Orlando Improv's the main club.
Mhm.
And then it's just a bunch of rooms and bars.
Yeah.
And, there's also this thing called Bonkers
Oh shit.
with a Z at the end.
Ah.
It's the fucking worst. It's a company that will sell to anyone. And what they do is they say, hey, we'll bring in a comedy night 1 night a week or 2 nights a week. And we'll hang a banner that says Bonkers. And then we'll just put up acts. And they'll book it like the floor up in Applebee's or like at like Margaritaville, at bowling alley, anywhere that will pay them. It's the worst fucking business model I've ever seen. And they've been around forever. And I don't care if they hate me because I talk shit about them all the time. but
Right. Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
But it's like, shit pay. But it's a way to like learn how to like bomb.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna. I mean, they would only book me at this like Daytona Beach biker bar, and it was like where they're like, is that a queer? Like they were
Oh,
cool,
gosh,
but they were
yeah.
like, oh, I've never seen one
Right.
in
I didn't know
person.
they were real.
It's like a unicorn.
Yeah.
But it just teaches you, it gives you tough skin, gives you thick skin,
Yeah.
teaches you how to navigate demos that you
I
would never
mean,
perform for.
I
So it's
guess you could
good
say they
learning.
didn't false advertise with a name like that. It's literally a bonkers
It's
situation.
so bad. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I don't know how they've
It sounds
don't
like
know,
they
it's
figured out
bad.
how to make money on dive bombing places that didn't want
Yes.
comedy.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they go, because they bring in crowds.
Yeah.
It's not, there's tickets. There's no tickets. It's
Right.
free.
Okay. So that's
they're
why
like,
the pay
we'll
is
bring in
little,
people and they'll buy your food and drinks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's awful. But beyond that, the scene was very, very supportive. I would say overly supportive.
So
You
like
know what I
you
mean?
couldn't test material sometimes because you didn't know if it was actually
You-
good.
If you're bad at comedy, no one's gonna tell you,
Mm.
and I don't like that.
Yeah.
If you bomb,
Yeah.
all the comics can go, good job,
Good job.
set.
Good set.
And it doesn't help anybody.
Yeah.
And it seems very like fake.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say you suck at somebody in open mic, but like on a
Right.
show,
Yeah.
if you always think you're killing, it's like you're not gonna
Right.
too overly supportive. Good comics, bad comics, great mix.
Yeah.
But Orlando's had some good comics come out of it.
Yeah.
Like Preacher and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't know, Carrot Top lives there.
He lives there?
Yes, he lives there.
that scans actually. Carrot Top moved to Florida. What
okay.
else? What other state would let him
I know,
live there?
for real.
Like,
He is so creepy looking and gay. Good for him.
That's interesting about the overly supportive thing because
hate it.
I'm never like a mean person.
No,
I
it's
just-
not asking to be mean.
No, I just noted. But like for me, even if I like were to give someone criticism, I would feel bad sometimes. But
Right.
but there's a line where I noticed early on that people would do that sometimes here, where someone would have a bad set and people were like, oh, good job, dude, or whatever.
It's that.
And I just decided I wasn't going to say anything to the person.
There you go. You don't have to go up to him
know?
and be like, hey, you know what you should. Like, I
Right.
don't give unsolicited advice.
Yeah,
But what's the point of saying good set to somebody that literally just ate a dick?
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't need to encourage that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of people, and maybe just in Orlando, I don't know about here, a lot of people were not self-aware.
Mm,
So regardless if somebody said good set, they would in their head be like,
right.
just
Yeah.
there's some people that are just not
What's
a
funny
little delusional,
to me, Well, yeah. What's funny to me is when someone is recording every single set of theirs and consistently bombing, and then they still think they do good, and I'm like, are you listening to the recordings?
Yeah, what? I
'Cause,
don't
like,
get it.
I don't know. I've definitely I get so nervous before I go on stage that
Yeah.
like my judgment of what happened on stage isn't accurate.
Right.
Sometimes I think I totally bombed and I'll go back and listen to the set and I'm like, okay, it wasn't great, but I actually got some laughs here or
Right.
like I can fix this or whatever. Other times I'll think I like totally had a great set and I'll go back and listen. I'm like, oh, they were just smiling a lot. I wasn't actually getting laughs,
right,
you know?
right, yeah.
And so like I don't know. I feel like recording your set or filming your set should give you a level of self-awareness,
Right.
but it's only if you're actually using it.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, if you're just listening to listen to yourself,
Right.
it's weird.
Or just recording to say you record every single set and you're
Yeah,
putting in
just
the
to-
work, but you're not
Mhm.
actually going back
Yeah.
and
Right.
listening.
I never thought about that. You think people do that?
Oh,
Ugh.
totally. I've talked to people who are like, yeah, I record every single set, but I can't listen to myself. And I'm like, what's the point? You're
What
just
the
wasting phone
fuck?
memory.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to record my sets early on.
Yeah.
And it helped a lot with like not saying I used to say a lot,
Mm-hmm. Right.
Helped a lot with that. I haven't recorded my set in a while though.
I like
I feel a little bit more
to
comfortable.
I like to when I know I'm working on new material.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Especially because like I was a crazy person when I started comedy. Like there was one night a week in Austin that there were 3 mics within like 2 miles of each other.
Mhm.
And so if you timed it right, you could hit all 3.
Right.
And so that was my night to bring 4 new minutes. And I would
Oh
like
shit.
try 4 new minutes and like go to the first one, probably bomb my face off because I was still new and I didn't
Right.
know really what to do, but I would listen to it on the way to the next one.
Hell yeah,
fix
look at that
it,
work ethic.
do that, and I need to get better at doing that again.
Hell
but
yeah.
I don't know. It's just like if especially if you're recording, working on new
That
stuff.
probably helps, yeah.
Yeah, because I found out too. I mean, I didn't know shit about fuck when I was trying to
Right.
write jokes to start
Right.
out, and like I realized when I was early on when I was trying to write, a lot of the stuff that I thought was the punchline was actually the setup, and vice versa.
Gotcha.
So listening to that where I would get the laugh in the middle instead of at the end.
Right.
I would be like, wait a second, can I restructure this to actually hit properly? So it actually taught me more about how to write a joke.
right.
which is useful,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a way better answer. I was just like, I said a lot.
No, well, I
Took
did
it
too.
out.
I did too. Actually, I was rewatching one of these podcast episodes and realized how much I say like, and I just go, fuck.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever met somebody that says literally like way too much?
Yes.
Ugh,
Yep.
It's the worst.
Yep. What's extra funny when it's not actually a literal thing. If
Right,
you're actually
right.
talking about something that literally happened,
Yeah.
then cool. But if
Yeah.
you say, I'm literally dead, I'm
Yeah.
literally, oh my God, no, you're not, you're talking. You would not be annoying me if you were dead.
Yeah, right? Can you die?
Right?
Man. Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's some good work ethic. That's a really good work ethic.
Do you have any there's the do you have any methods of how you like to write? Do you write your stuff
No.
down? Do you?
I don't I don't write.
Yeah.
I can't read my handwriting. So there's a big
that's a big deterrent.
It's a big deterrent. I can't read what I write. But I start with the punchline.
Yeah.
And then like if I'm like, I want to talk about that
Mm.
and make that the punchline, then I just have to build a joke around it.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to do it, but it's because I don't do a lot of like long form bits.
Yeah.
A lot of my bits are like less than a minute.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, if I'm just like I want to write about this, then I'll build a joke about how can I say this. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like I just want to say the word queef nugget. So how can I? What can I say as a joke that will get me to say queef nugget at the end? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
see
that's
why
an
you
idea.
want to say that.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's hilarious.
So yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just be like I want to use this word as a punchline, and then I'll build a joke.
That's
Yeah.
a cool way because the reason I like roast so much is because it gives you such a specific thing to write about.
Right? Yeah.
And like you said, it's good practice.
Yeah, it's
you
super
know?
good practice.
So I've started looking at joke writing in that way where similar to
Mhm.
you, it's like I want to write about this thing.
Right.
And I've actually done where it's like, okay, I want to write about this for whatever
Mhm.
reason. I want to write about this cup of vitamins. How do I roast it? And I'll
Right.
just roast the thing at first. And
Right.
it kind of helps you figure out what's ridiculous about that thing.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
But I like that approach too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like J.K. Rowling writing the last chapter of Harry Potter.
Is that what?
She wrote the last chapter of the last book of Harry Potter, and then she wrote the whole series.
What?
Yeah.
And she's transphobic? She can do anything. Okay.
Yeah, we
that's
love
amazing
it.
though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Kind of, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Insane, but
It
kind of
gives
cool.
you, it just gives you the North Star. It gives you kind of
Right.
what you want to finish with.
Here's where you're gonna end up.
Yeah.
Go, build it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just because I just like, there's certain words I want to use or just certain ideas.
You sound like you just go, that's a silly word. I need
know
that.
it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, how can I say, trans R&B or if I want to talk, like that. It's like, how can I use girls to men?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Girls to men.
So I don't know.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I wish I had a better structure to it, but and it's very random. I can't sit down and write.
Well, yeah, but that's what's interesting to me, right?
Right.
Is some people have to do that.
That's insane to sit down and write.
right.
What?
I mean, I
think
have
my
several.
ADHD would never.
I have several friends that's their thing.
They sit down.
Yeah, they'll sit down and be like, okay, I'm writing for half an hour, or whatever it is, and they'll just write out their thoughts. And I can do that sometimes.
Like stream of consciousness kind of shit.
Yeah.
My friend used to do that. Ugh, so pretentious.
I can do it sometimes because if something just pops into my head and I think it's funny, I'll just throw a note in my phone. And that
Yeah.
way, if I do, cause I have to be in the mood to sit down and write, though. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
Is
I
it's
mean,
like
when is that ever?
rarely, right? So it doesn't
Yeah,
happen
so
that
boring.
much. But like when it does, I'll just pull out my phone and be like, what were those funny things?
Right.
And then I'll just write any angle I can think of on that thing and be like, okay,
Gotcha.
where's the joke in here?
That's discipline.
It's
I lack
it's once every other week discipline at most. Just sit
that. I
down
mean,
and
still,
write.
I don't think I've ever sat down to write a joke.
Yeah, I look like a crazy person because some of my 2-minute bits will be like 5 pages long when I
Right.
first start, and then I'll
Right.
just bring that 5 pages on stage at a mic and be like, okay, let me just try all of this
Yeah.
and find the funny parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in Orlando, like the week before I left, Mark Normand I worked with him, and he has like just index cards. He uses index cards.
Does he bring them on stage?
Yes, for his hour
Wow.
because he just when he's doing like improv, he's just
Yeah.
working an hour for a special later. He
Right.
doesn't really care how he looks. Like
Yeah.
it's not like, but yeah, just stacks and then notebooks. He'll have like a full notebook and like index card. I'm like, I don't understand how he.
Well, he's a one-liner comic for the most part,
Mostly,
too.
yeah.
Or
And
like
he'll just
1 to
flip
3.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
a good
see
way
him.
to sort those.
Yeah, it was just like I don't know how the fuck you organize that because it would just
No.
be like.
Well, that's like William Montgomery too. He just comes on with his legal
Yeah,
pad. I
I
love it
know.
though. But that's another thing I like about stand-up is you can literally just go on stage with your legal pad at a
Right.
show people paid for and murder because the
Yes.
jokes are good and it
Yes.
doesn't matter.
And he's like, yeah, people are trying to get me to not bring the notepad. I'm like, bring it up, dude, because it gives you. It's like part of the thing.
It's part of the thing now. Yeah.
He's like, I think he wants to work his mental capacity to memorize because he's like me, where our jokes are like my 10-minute set is like this long because
Yeah.
it's just one word. Like,
yeah.
So he wants to learn how to memorize shit, but I think it's part of the fun.
Right.
Him just stomping around reading off of a.
I mean, for someone, Mark Norman is one of those people who I would call like a classic New York comedian
Yes,
too. And
yeah.
he's like the comedy, you know?
Yeah,
Comedy.
comedy.
Yeah. So like if he's doing that, it fits with his
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, and he does it very. And it also though it's very subtle on stage.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold it.
Right.
He'll like go for a drink and kind of flip through. You know,
Yeah.
it's subtle enough where it doesn't ruin the show. But like, yeah, he's bringing up fucking note cards
Yeah.
because he's constantly writing. Probably and he's
That's
old
true.
school. It's
Yeah.
weird, but it's like okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Do you have like a favorite weekend that you experienced in comedy or person that you've worked with?
Honestly,
Favorites?
that weekend with Mark was
Yeah.
great. That was one of my favorites, and then I got to experience Eric Andre.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I bet that was
he's
a lot
weird,
of fun.
man. He's super nice, but
Yeah.
he's just as weird in person.
Yeah.
He's just weird. Like we were backstage waiting for me to go on, and we're like a 300-seater but like venue bar,
Okay.
and the ground is just gross, like, and he's just laying on it like this, just like no
Chillin'.
care. Yeah, I'm just like, bro, you're gonna catch something. This is Florida. He's from Florida though, so
So he's got the antibodies.
gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was so nice. So that was like the fun one. But Norman, that was a
Yeah.
fun weekend.
He's all over the place too. Norman comes through
Yeah.
here a lot. I think that's the thing
He's
that a lot of
great.
people like don't realize. I consider us lucky that we get to meet all of these people who are crushing it in comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said about Eric Andre, he's just as weird as he is in his videos.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that.
It's not an act.
What makes a lot of comedians funny is they're just enhancing their natural
weirdos.
quirks.
Yeah.
Or they're already that ridiculous.
Yeah. Fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Norman's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Fortune Feemster, I worked with her. She was
Ooh.
very sweet,
Yeah.
very nice, kind of shy.
But her personality on stage is also like cool
Yeah.
girl, you know?
It's
Yeah.
nice. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's very rare that you your dad.
That is not my dad.
very
That is the
rare.
owner of the clinic
What's up?
without a shirt on. Hi, Nurse
What up?
Doza.
There's Doza. Do you have ketamine? Okay.
We had someone ask to put morphine in their drip because we got vitamin IVs on
Oh
the
my
show one
God,
time.
seriously?
It's like, no.
Ridiculous.
Would be funny though,
Yeah, I put him right to sleep.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, most comics that I worked with, not one comic I worked with, bigger names or like whatever, has been a dick.
Yeah.
That's what I was most surprised me when I started comedy. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, people aren't. Comedians get it. They're not like dicks to each other.
Did you have like acting experience or anything before you started comedy?
No.
Because that was the biggest contrast for me is like there's so much gatekeeping and auditioning and proving yourself in acting that when the bigger names were just nice, like Ari Shaffir showed up at an open mic here last time
Oh,
we
shit.
headlined and he just wanted to hang out, you
Yeah,
know?
dose somebody, you know?
Right, yeah. But it's just like they're just they're people.
They're people and they're like very humble, even though we can all, a lot of us can be a little cocky.
right.
But there's this like sense of community.
Yeah,
There's a
because
sense of,
it's
like,
hard.
We've all ate a dick on stage. We've all had a weird, shitty show in like a gun shop. So there's just kind of this camaraderie thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I had a bad show that I went to on Monday, and I hadn't been to a bad show in a while, and that's why I was like, I need to go to Mike's again
Refreshing, right?
it's refreshing. As
What was it?
terrible,
Was it just a bad
it
bar?
was
or
just at a dive bar, and
Yep.
3 people showed up, and
Yep.
it could have seated probably 40 or 50 people.
Yeah.
So
It's a fun
it
one.
looked terrible, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do new material that was like
Yeah.
half written."
Yeah.
And it was terrible, but we
I mean,
learned a
what,
lot.
The chairs didn't appreciate it? What do you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, we learned a
Who cares?
lot.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's good. Like I was leaving it, and I just had the thought of, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do to remember how to get better.
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, that's
'Cause
very true.
It's so easy in a situation like that to also just kind of give up
Right.
and be low energy and not really do anything good.
Right.
Even if you're doing your best joke, they won't
Right.
laugh because you're just like saying it half-assed or
Mhm.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, those shows kind of make you. When I did the gun shop, I was like, oh yeah, this reminds me of like the first couple years of comedy where you're just going anywhere to do comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Driving 3 hours to do 3 minutes at a fucking in a barn somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, or even the Creek mic I hosted. I was like, this is. I helped Dean host it yesterday, and
I
it
was
was just
gonna
like
ask, yeah.
it's like a 6 o'clock mic, and it's just brutal.
Well, that's tough. That's so tough in Austin too. It's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday.
Yeah, and God, I mean, the Creek is the shit for even, for doing it.
Yeah.
But it's just like you go up and it's just comics
Yeah.
and nobody either laughs at your jokes because you're not funny or just like isn't listening. No one's laughing.
Yeah.
It's brutal, bro.
I actually accidentally did that mic
Oh.
maybe 2 weeks ago. I showed up early because apparently if you show up early as a comedian, that's a no-no because you get pulled onto other mics.
Wait, what?
I showed up early I was featuring for John Marco Sorcy at the Creek.
Oh, okay.
2 weeks ago. And I showed
Gotcha.
up early for that. And the mic was still
Okay.
happening. And then Dean Stanfield goes on the mic and just goes like, so Gabby Montemayor's next on deck, Allison Wojtowicz. And I was like, Dean, I'm not on the list. And so I just thought he was fucking with me.
Right.
And it turns out Gabby was the last one on the list. So when she got off, he was like, and your last comedian is. And so I literally had to like get up from the back of the room and run
God.
and get up there. And it was definitely painful. I think there were three comedians left.
by the end?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was fun.
I mean, it's fun though.
it's
I love
fun.
that room. It's a good hang.
We're both like, it's brutal. It's so fun.
But it's so
though.
fun. But it's like, yeah, it's just right. Being there reminded me of like the year one of comedy where you're just like,
why did I decide I liked this?
yeah, because and it's fun. You get to see people that are really, really new at comedy.
Yeah.
Like, because I looked at that list. I legit knew like 3 people on that list.
I know.
And so it was really cool too to see like, I think most of them were probably a year under.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people started after COVID.
Yeah. It seemed like most of them were a year under.
Yeah.
Some some I obviously knew, but like it was just like, oh man, they have so much ahead of them.
Yeah.
So much sadness and happiness and
so
it's
much
great,
to learn.
Yeah.
It's a wild ride.
It is.
Do you have like some crazy ass story that sticks out for you about
Oh God.
in your
memory,
7
probably.
years?
If I had good memory. Yeah, I mean, always gonna remember like the bonkers shows. I think that really built my character a little. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had like I don't know if I've ever had like a terrible bomb. I bombed, but nothing
Yeah.
where it's like, you hear like stories like worst ever bomb. But also, I have really bad memory, so
Yeah.
it's really hard for me to recall anything that happened 30 minutes ago or more. So I'm sure there's been crazy shit that's happened. I just don't. I have such
Yeah.
bad memory.
Yeah.
Is there vitamins for that?
Yeah, the magnesium I put in there should help
God.
a little bit.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Has that always been a thing?
Yes. Ever since I
That's-
was like a teen.
That's interesting that you say you have a bad memory, but you don't write your stuff down. So you remember your jokes, though.
No, I
Oh,
I
you
bring
put 'em
my
on
phone
the
up.
Phone. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way. I think I did it once. I forced myself to do it once, but
Yeah.
it was like an 8-minute set,
Yeah.
and I was like really.
And you were like, I've done these jokes for a while.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I
I
was like,
remember them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I bring my phone set
Mhm.
list up, and then I just glance
Yeah.
at it. Yeah, there's no way I can memorize
That's
it.
the classic trick. I do that too.
Yeah,
It's
Two in
useful.
one. You can record, and then
Yeah.
you can also see. You can put time on there to see where you're at.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
That's fair.
That's why I like at sunset that clock. I fucking love that.
Dude.
So
How
smart.
fun was that show,
That was
though?
great.
Yeah.
that was so fun.
That was.
I loved it.
So we both did this all-female showcase 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
at Sunset Strip. That room was packed. I've never
Yeah.
seen it that
Really?
full. Like
Hell
I know
yeah.
they always sell really well, but it was packed to the
packed.
brim.
Yeah. It's a
And
great
everyone was just so happy.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to you in the trailer before the show, and I was like, I don't know if I should have them record my set because I'm hosting. Da da da. I had such a good set. I was like, send me that. I will pay you for
Fuck
it. And like
yeah.
that was hosting.
Yeah,
And then
right.
everyone else afterwards just
Right.
went up and killed
Dude.
it.
Eleanor Kerrigan.
Dude.
Holy shit. She is so good.
I was so excited to meet her.
Really?
Yeah, because I just was like, oh my God, you're like, she's one of those like comedy store legends that you hear.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, like
I
I mean, she's newer, like,
Okay.
but she's been working at the store since like '95 or something.
Oh, no way.
As she was a waitress, and then she started comedy like 10 years after she started
Holy
waiting
shit.
tables, and
That's
now
so
she's
interesting.
the killer that she
She's
is.
fucking funny,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I like her a lot. I wish I didn't get to speak with her at all. She was bouncing around from shows that
she
weekend.
was. Yeah, she was on Rogan's.
Working
I
with
think
Dice.
after.
Yeah, she went to Rogan's. She was opening for Dice.
Yeah.
But yeah, her stuff was so good.
Yeah, I didn't get to have like a super long conversation with her, but she was really nice, and I was like hosting, so I had to ask her a couple things. And
Right.
after the set too, she came back and was also nice again, and just
Oh,
thank you so
so
much for
cool.
being a good host. And I was like,
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
awesome.
Yeah.
Shanker, love Amy Shanker.
Oh my God. That was
Love
the
Amy
first time I
Shanker.
got to see her do a full set because I've seen her
Yeah.
host some stuff at Creek, but I
Right.
never got to see her stand up, and she is
She's
hilarious.
Great. I love Amy. So I was texting her early today, and I told her something that she needed to know, and then she goes, "Shank you," and she's like trying a new thing out, and I was like, "Yeah, how's that working?" She's like, "Not well." I'm like, "Yeah, we can bag that, huh?" You sound like Michael Scott right now.
You
Like,
were like,
please don't say
okay, here's
"Shank
a
you."
little bit of unsolicited
Yeah, it's
feedback
like,
for you.
Amy, I'm sure it was a bit, but I was just like, oh,
That's so
she's
funny.
the best though. She's great.
Oh yeah.
Love her.
Yeah, it's crazy to see because I mean I said LA moved here, but like
New York too, right?
New York kind of moved here too. I mean Amy's from up there.
Creek.
Creek in general is from up there.
Mhm.
And then there's just all these people. I'm sure you've seen it at open mics. I know I did. Like there's just you meet someone and you go, "Oh, did you just recently start comedy?" And they go, "No, I've just been doing it in Seattle for the last 5 years." And you
Right,
go, "Oh
right.
shit, everyone from
right.
everywhere is moving here."
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it makes you better
Yeah.
to be around good comedy. And you should want to be around people that kind of challenge you and make you funnier, and then you can,
Right.
it's weird when people are like competitive and like, don't want to be supportive of somebody who's funny, or it's like weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird vibe. It's like insecure vibe, I think.
Yeah. There's a good middle ground here right now because the mics are definitely less supportive now than they used to be, but I think
Mhm.
that's a good thing
Yeah.
because it does push you to be I
Yeah.
don't know, more out there, I guess, or just get the attention more, like get your
Right.
stage presence up because
Right.
really the only way you're going to get the attention of other comedians at an open mic is to actually have good jokes and good stage presence.
Right,
Because
right.
otherwise, if you're standing up there
Yeah,
like
no,
this,
yeah.
and, they're not going to pay attention.
Right, no way. Yeah, no
so
way.
it forces you to be more personable on stage, which is a
Right.
huge skill.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm just super appreciative that also people like Red Band are
Yeah.
so supportive.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. It's great.
Like, did you know him before you moved here?
No, Simon mentioned me on Kill Tony
Oh.
because Tim Dillon, one of my favorite comedians of all time,
Yeah.
was on the panel. So
Mm.
Simon said, "Hey Tim, can you say Heather Shaw Kill Yourself?"
Oh, I saw that clip.
Right. So Red Band, because he was explaining that I was on TikTok or whatever. So Red Band, probably out of curiosity, looked me up
Yeah,
and found out that I was moving here. And then he just hit me up the first week I was here.
that's
And was
awesome.
like, do a set.
Yeah.
And so now I do Vulcan like almost every week.
A
Which is
lot. I was
crazy.
gonna
I
ask,
know. I feel
it's-
kind of like assholey.
No,
I do it every
it's
week.
awesome. If they're asking you to do the show, it's
Yeah.
do the show, you know?
Yeah, and he's so sweet. He's a good guy, and I love
Yeah.
Holtzman. Fucking love
Holtzman's on
Holtzman,
my
bro.
phone. Where's
Me
my phone?
too. Same.
Are we phone buddies?
Yes, I covered up Gary's face.
Oh.
Are you the other sticker,
Oh,
Charlie?
Charlie's
Am I on your phone?
You're on my phone. Are you the other
Nice.
guy? I
Yeah.
always wondered who the other guy was because I got that. I put it on my phone drunk one time when we were all hanging out.
Yeah,
First
that's
time I was
me.
at the house. I think.
That's Charlie.
Nice.
I think you can still see you. I think Gary's covered up by Holtzman.
So it's me and Holtzman.
It's you and Holtzman now.
That's the
That makes so
ultimate
much sense. I
sticker.
got Charlie. I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but I'll take it.
It's got his Instagram
That makes
handle
so
on
much
there,
more
too.
sense. Oh yeah, it does.
Charlie
Yeah, my
Hibbler
name is-
69.
I gotta follow you, Charlie.
Yeah,
You talk
do it.
too much, but I'll follow you. Just kidding.
See, I still haven't even been to their house to record anything
Is
yet.
that your house? That's Gary's house. Yeah.
Gary's
yeah.
house, not my house.
Gary's house, right?
Charlie's like, I would never live there.
I
Yeah,
might
another
as
hour
well.
was recording
I'm there
something.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were out late one night at Latchkey maybe a month ago, and it
Ugh.
was like 2 a.m. when they were shutting down, and Gary was drunk, and he's like, Charlie, I really want to pod. Let's pod, guys. And I was like, Charlie, you may
God.
as well just live there. You're right.
Seriously.
Luckily, he got talked out of it, but he was very
Drunk
on
Gary
it.
is the best, Gary.
I got him to because he was drunk and probably like on Adderall or something. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was all hopped up and
Well,
just
it's not
being
Adderall.
Gary.
Yeah.
Whatever it could have been. And he's like going crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Can you please smoke some weed?" And he's like, "No, that'll calm me down." And I was like, "That's what you need."
Yeah.
Trying
Yeah.
to talk him into calming down is the worst.
No, I like a pumped up Gary. I don't want to
Yeah.
see like zombie Gary.
I know. It's just
He's
so
great.
funny.
I
I'm
love
like,
him.
oh my gosh.
It's
what a
bummed about
goof.
Vulcan though, but
He
it's
what?
fine.
Oh, he's
It makes sense though. I get it. It's a long night.
Yeah, I know. Well,
And
Gary
it's not like
and
you just
Charlie
set it
can
up.
still
You're
come hang
tracking,
out.
right? Yeah. Yeah. No, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. We'll still see them going crazy at Vulcan, I think.
Yeah, I'm
somewhat.
sure you can still come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll be back.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of Vulcan, are you on tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm on.
Awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. I think I'm only like do 10 minutes.
Nice.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna swing by and watch. It's always a
You
fun
should.
hang. Yeah.
No, Hinchcliffe's on it. I think maybe Genevieve. I don't know.
Yeah.
Holtzman's not in town.
Oh,
I know.
I call him. I told him he's the dad of Austin comedy now.
I love him.
I've called him dad since he moved.
He's great.
The first time I told him that, he's like, "Why is it always dad and grandpa and never hunk anymore?"
I know. I was looking at old pictures of Holston. I'm like, all right,
He
buddy.
was cute. I was
Cute.
like, okay, get it, dude. Yeah.
Well, he just had different colored hair, I think. That's what, you know what I mean? And he does dress a little, his pants are a little, older guy pants, but he's great.
But he always makes fun of the way he dresses, and I go, Holtzman, you're the one dressing yourself.
Yeah, right? I know. It's kind of like me. It's like, you could stop this,
You
right?
could just-
At any
this is your
time.
decision.
Yeah. No one is forcing you. We just don't know what we're doing, I think.
Or it's just not the priority. I mean,
no.
this
It's
was
the
my
last
this
thing.
was my business professionals
Hell
literally
yeah.
taking off like Nike shorts and putting on denim, and I was like, okay,
Boom.
this is dressed up.
Hell yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
good for comedy.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's perfect for comedy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I think we'll probably wrap it up so we can get you to
Hell
the show and stuff.
yeah.
But one final question that I
Yeah.
always like to ask people is,
Uh-oh.
what are you excited about? And it could be anything, life or comedy.
I don't know. I'm excited about trying that ivermectin bullshit.
Ivermectin, yeah.
Ivermectin?
Ivermectin.
I'm call it intervention. Intervention. I'm excited about. I don't know. I'm excited to see where I'll be in like a year.
yeah.
I'm excited to see where I'll be in a year.
Do you
from now.
have like a specific goal that you want to, like, do you want to go
I
on the
wanna- yeah,
road?
I want to go on the road.
Yeah.
I want to go on the road. I want to get an hour.
Yeah.
Get up to an hour.
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
working on that now.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my main two goals right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I
So
love
I'm excited
it.
to see where I'll be in a year, I think.
Me too.
We'll see.
It'll be cool.
Charlie, it could be bad. We'll see.
We'll see. But I
yeah.
guess let's tell the people where they can find you.
Grind. No. I'm on Instagram. Heather Shaw is kidding. It's a disclaimer. And then I think that's it. TikTok, Heather Shaw. Figure it out,
You'll
whatever.
find her. She looks like Jim Carrey.
You know.
you know. Thank you
Alrighty.
guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Ayo.